If you want to check out different content from myself, I've just set up a second channel where I'm going to post fitness and things. The link for that will be in the description. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Norwich City career mode. We've got a couple of live games today. First up is going to be a cup game against Stoke City. We are away, and I've rested quite a few players. It is a much different looking side than what you're used to seeing, and we will have a look at those lineups in just a second. This is the Stoke City lineup. They still have Jack Butland in goal. Tom Ince is still there. Etebo still there as well. And a few other familiar faces. Wimmer at centre-back. I did actually do a Football Manager series on Stoke. Was it last year? Not sure. It might have been last year. It might have been the year before. Either way, I am fairly familiar with the Stoke lineup, so that does look more or less familiar. And they do have a fairly decent side. You can see that some of our players lining up there, but this is the lineup. Now, as you can see, the bench is full of starters. Not one player on the bench is not normally in the starting lineup. Or rather, is usually in the starting lineup. We have a much changed starting 11 to the point where only Lewis and Aarons and Sangar are familiar starting 11. I suppose Greenwood and Ferreira get, rotation every now and again, but they start today. I'm hoping this is going to be straightforward. Here's Greenwood again. We do seem to have the first maybe 5 minutes in the bag here, and we are... I can feel it. This is going to be a fairly comfortable game, so long as Stoke don't, for some reason in the second half, come out and just turn into Chelsea. Greenwood's ball back to Ferreira was nearly very good, but not quite. Lewis has done well. Cantwell gets it back again, plays it into Greenwood's going to come back here to Sangar. Rolls it to Gilmour, looking to play that ball. That's a nice pass. Ferreira back toward... No, wait. Back in toward Ferreira. He's in on goal. And that's 1-0. And this is going to be a very comfortable afternoon, I feel. We're not really under pressure when they get the ball. They don't seem to want to go forward. When we get the ball, they're not too difficult to pick apart. And this is... for all intents and purposes, this is a B team that we have running here. A little bit of pressure coming in here from Stoke. Edwards plays it forward to Badu. Good ball into the box. Well, the goalkeeper's made an absolute hash of it, and we have conceded. And I'm going to put that down to the goalkeeper. I was very confident when we scored our first goal that I thought we would be able to see it out, maybe get 2 or 3 before half-time. The goalkeeper's made an absolute hash of that, and he's just proving that he's not quite ready to be brought into the starting 11. That's why Tim Krul is still the main goalkeeper. I'll tell you what, we are very much at half-time now. But ever since we scored that goal, I think we've been in their half maybe once. We have not done very well at all. They have been all over us. And I wouldn't say we're lucky to go in level, because they haven't really created anything worthwhile. But since they've scored that goal, they have been the team, or rather since we scored our goal, they've been the team in the ascendancy. They have been better than we have since we scored 12 minutes in. Half-time change to tell you about, and Cantwell has gone off. Jonathan David has come on, because we need something. We need to change this game. It's not going the way we want it to go. We've not been good enough. They've been far better, and they are a bare minimum championship side. I don't know if they're in the championship anymore. They may have been relegated. I really don't know. But either way, we need to knock it about a bit better, hold the ball up, and it's just not happening. It really isn't happening for us. I don't know what's going on. No, that's not what I did at all. We've got away with it. Jonathan David, little 1-2 here with Greenwood maybe. Now Ferreira, sorry, held up the ball. Didn't do it very well. Lost possession. And McLean's taken Gilmour on there. We're just not, we're not creating enough, really. We're just not creating anything, actually. Jonathan David's done well. Gets the ball out to Sangar. Plays it across. Here's Buendia. This is Greenwood. Good ball. Jonathan David through. Well, he plays it around the outside, but I think Barco's going to knock it back into him. Jonathan David went for the lob. It was poor. He didn't need to. He had time. He had a little bit of space. He could have turned around, and he snapped at it, went for the lob. There's Jonathan David, nods it down to Barco. I'm hoping he can control that and get it down in time. He can. There's Jonathan David into Buendia. Cyprian. Game thought we were going the other way then. The camera was all over the place. Here's Buendia again. He's just tried to knock it back to Jonathan David, who made a run that I didn't tell him to do. And it's just not coming together for us at the moment. Oh, hello. Well, that's a goal. It's counted. Etebo has scored, and he's not paying me back for selling him in my Stoke City Football Manager series. Well, we are about to lose our first game of the season against Stoke. And it wasn't because I took them too lightly either. We've not done too badly in terms of defending. I just can't find a gap through their defence. Chevalier has made one catastrophic mistake at the beginning. Nothing you can do about that one. That was a defending error. But yeah, we're about to get knocked out of the cup by Stoke. I'm not too bothered because it's the cup. I want to pay more attention to the league, really. I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm not saying, oh, I'm happy we're going out of the cup. I'm not. I am angry about it. But at the same time, at least it's not the league. This is the final chance of the game. If we can get an equaliser, it goes to penalties. If we can't get an equaliser, then we are out. Why the goalkeeper isn't up, I will never know. We don't have many in the box. Let's just try and put it in and see what happens. It's deep. And it's terrible. It's Greenwood who's nodded it out for almost a throw-in. And Stoke have knocked us out of the cup. Well, you could argue that we took the game too lightly. And at the beginning I was saying it was going to be an easy game. And I didn't change the way I played. I wasn't being cocky with it. I thought as soon as we scored that goal, the floodgates would open and we would go on to score maybe 2 or 3 before half-time. But I couldn't get the ball. As soon as we scored, could not get the ball back. They held it very, very well. And just to clear it up as well. I'm not blaming the game in any way. You know, in the last episode, or the episode before, sorry, we blamed the game an awful lot for passes not going the right way. Absolutely none of that in this. Everything went the way I wanted it to go, more or less. It was just they were better than us. This is the big one. Arguably our biggest game this season. The only 2 teams left in the Premier League without a defeat are Spurs and ourselves, Norwich. So we go into this with potentially one team emerging as the only one left in the country who hasn't lost a game. So let's hope it can be us. We've beaten them already this season. We played them in the cup that we actually just got dumped out of. But as you can see, we have the best defensive record in the league. They have the second best defensive record in the league. This could very well be a 0-0. It could very well be a 4-4. It's going to be one of those games, I think. I'm not sure what the Spurs lineup will look like, but we'll look at it right now. So in goal, Hugo Lloris, Walker Peters, Kimpembe, Ramagnoli and Tagliafico. Much changed defence at the back. Sissoko and Ndombele in the middle. Lucas Moura, Dele Alli, Jack Clark and Harry Kane up front. We know he can be dangerous. They have Upamecano on the bench, as well as Gedson Fernandez, who's now a permanent signing. Foyth, who played well in the cup. And that looks like a decent side. I mean, the defence looks unbelievable, and you can understand why they've got one of the best defensive records in the league. This is how we line up then. Tim Krul, Max Aarons, Godfrey and Simakan back together again. Jamal Lewis, Sangar Cyprian back in the middle. Kubo, Jesus Ferreira and Barco with Ander Baronatea up top. Now, the reason why Jonathan David is on the bench today is due to fatigue. We needed him to come on in the cup. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, him by himself, but he's a little bit too fatigued to be starting today, but expect to see him feature at some point. Kubo went in there with a bit of a nasty challenge. The referee has deemed it just a warning, not a yellow or a red. I was actually a little bit afraid he was going to give Kubo the little red card then. That wasn't my intention, obviously. I went in for a challenge, then when came back. I mean, he did get the ball, but he went through the defender, so it does make sense that he was to tell him off. I'm so actually surprised it's not a yellow. What a ball in that is, by the way. Wow. Powerful. Dele Alli offside. 17 minutes into this game, not a single shot at goal yet for either side. And it does, honestly, as boring as it sounds, it does have 0-0 written all over it. But then what do I know? I thought we were going to beat Stoke. Sangar plays that ball out wide to Lewis, who's going to play it back inside to Sangar, knocks it up top to Cyprian, plays it in. Little ball around the outside to Kubo, who's got a little bit more pace than the defender. Tries to go around the outside. Ramagnoli ushers him out, and that is indeed a corner. This is as close as either side has come in 28 minutes, and I don't have much hope because corners, not exactly our strong point. Ball played in from the corner. Goalkeeper's going to get there, isn't he? He does. He punches it all the way out. Kubo to chase it down. Oh, Kubo's going to go to the byline here and play it in from the bottom, I think. That's awful. Well, that's a mistimed challenge by the defender. Lucas has gone all the way around and wasted it. Lewis. Cyprian through to Barco. This is a chance. Well, there was time. Oh, it's not bad. Oh, what is Barrenetxea doing? He was on his heels. He wouldn't move forward. I took a step backwards. Oh, that is unfortunate. Well, that's the closest. In fact, apart from that very poor Kane effort, that is the only shot on target we have had in this game. Cyprian to Sangar. Ball played forward to Ferreira. First time pass to Barrenetxea. Here's Barco, who's not got strength. Surely he's been fouled. And yes, he has, but no card given. Barco. Fake shot to get him inside. Drags it back. Oh, why did I do that? Could have gone for goal. Kind of the wrong angle for it, really. Tried to drag it back. The defender was there. Easy interception. That was a golden opportunity. I'm actually really angry with myself there. Jonathan David. Barrenetxea. Barco. Back to Jonathan David. Forward to Barrenetxea. It's a good move. Back to Jonathan David. Well, I was going to say little drag back, but he did get there in the end. Can he go for goal? It's... Oh, my days. I thought he'd scored. I thought the magic man had scored. That is by far the closest we have come in this game. Anyone... What a save. I thought he'd missed, to be honest. I thought he just hit the side netting. What an actual... magnificent save from Hugo Lloris there. That is such a good stop. Cyprian trying to stop Dele Alli's pass in lane. Simakan comes forward and Dombele finds it through to Kane. We've conceded and that's probably going to be game over. We've come closer than they have today. I was trying my best to stop that attack. Couldn't do it. And there we are. And Dombele just seemed to edge and edge and edge. And Harry Kane got himself into a great position. And unfortunately, I just couldn't stop it. Barco forward. Back into Ferreira. Back to Barco. Into Jonathan David. Heel to heel from him. Oh, I just tried to scoop it back and play it. And he did half the scoop. And then the defender picked his pocket. And oh my god, Sangar's pace is just non-existent against the likes of Bergwijn. And here we go. Aarons has done well. We have very little time here. Lovely back heel. Ferreira. Oh, he just hit it too far in front of himself. He's gone down under the challenge. The referee says play on, and rightfully so. And that, my friends, will be... Bergwijn's too quick. You just can't catch him no matter who's on the case. He's too quick. I couldn't even foul him if I wanted to. He's in, and Simakan has come across and done exceptionally well, but that is going to leave us with no time at all. And we've lost our first game of the season. Spurs are the team that march on with an undefeated record. They will now have a clear run at that title. I believe we were the only, not real challengers, but we were the, I think we were probably the main challengers. Unexpected, albeit, but still. Liverpool are in there. Liverpool do have a good team, but I don't fear Liverpool when I play them. Spurs defensively are too good. As we look at the league table, it is a disappointing sight. I mean, the fact that we're in third is amazing in general, but the fact that we had that opportunity to take Spurs out, really, and be the only team left in the league having not lost. Missed opportunity. Our goal difference has gone up by 1, so we are now level with Spurs. We play Manchester City next, which I'm really not looking forward to. I think that's the final game of the year, is it? No, we play Spurs again. So, 2 unbelievably hard games back to back, and then we go back and play Leicester, and then the game against West Brom will be a bit of a respite, I should say. Brighton is never easy. Who else do we have here? Then Leeds. So after the what game is it? We play Man City, then we play Spurs. So after that game, okay, we got Leicester. It's not going to be an easy game by any stretch, but they're nowhere near as difficult as the likes of, you know, Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea. So after the Man City Spurs double, we then go back into regularly scheduled programming, and we should start picking up points again fairly comfortably. We have cemented a very good position here. We are in the top 4. Granted, only by a point, but we are a good team. We came undone against Stoke because I maybe took it a bit too lightly. And then, of course, we were beaten by Spurs because they were quite simply a better team defensively. But I feel like we're doing all right. We're doing well. Where are Leicester in the league? We're in 9th. I mean, they're not doing anywhere near as bad as I thought they would be doing. Bottom of the league for those interested. No surprise, Bristol City are rooted to the bottom. However, they have picked up 3 points, which is a surprise. I wonder who they beat to get those. Leeds down there as well, which is, again, not too much of a surprise. They've not really done an awful lot since coming up. West Brom struggling. We play them soon. Sheffield United down there as well. But I'm looking forward to the next few games. Manchester City and Spurs again. We'll do them pre-recorded, and then I'll get through to the January window. I don't know if we'll buy anyone. We're definitely going to have offers, but it's going to be an interesting time. Let's just say that. So let me know in the comments, what do you think the result will be against Manchester City and the return fixture against Spurs? If we lose, we lose. It is what it is. My goal for the beginning of the season was to try and challenge for European football, and I meant Europa League. I didn't necessarily mean Champions League. So the fact that we're up there is good. It's promising. Who knows? Hopefully we can keep the momentum going. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.